Greetings and salutations, you sexy motherfuckers, and welcome back to the channel. Brother Akiharho here to give you another glorious, splendiferous WWE review. And this time we're going to be doing Raw Smackdown. Just bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so let's jump right on into this. Typical Monday Night Raw, you know how it's got to start out. It can never start out with action. You know, that's a once in a while thing, you know what I'm saying, when they need a rating spike instead of trying to level off the ratings, you know what I'm saying. So it starts with, per typical WWE formula, you know, Shield reunion, because after all, they're not giving us the Shield reunion because they're like, you know what, you fans have asked for it long enough, you deserve it, here you go, here's the Shield. This is another sad attempted ploy to get Sir Roman Reigns over, when the only thing we need to do to get Roman Reigns over is how about giving him some creativity towards his character, his personality, his charisma. That's it. Moving on there, you know, and also too, before I move on, I really feel like, and let me know if you're feeling this as well, WWE invests more time into its recaps, into the product packages, you know what I'm saying, like because their theatric packages are amazing. They'll invest more time into that than the actual action, like hype, like, you know how it's as if WWE is in constant trailer mode. You know what I'm saying? When you see these movie trailers, and a lot of times, you know, movie trailers, they know how to present the best to you. So you're like, oh shit, this is amazing, I'm gonna go see it. Then you go to the movies, right? And then the movie was trash, but you like the trailer was good. And especially if not with movies, that damn sure works with a lot of video games. There's been plenty of games that we've seen come out where the trailer was freaking amazing. And that's WWE. The production is freaking amazing. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff is amazing. And then where's the actual product? You know, that remains to be seen. Lots and lots of window dressing, you know, and more focus on drama, more tense music, lighting, you know. It's just like, let's let the Shield come back organically, you know what I'm saying? So we've got The Miz out with The Miz Taraj, you know, and he's well, obviously minus Bo Dallas, so we don't know what's going on with him. You know, he might actually be injured or something, because this is, I think, what, the third week after Roman Reigns did that beatdown. We ain't seen Bo Dallas, and I like Bo Dallas with the one glove too, you know what I'm saying? So we've got Miz out here doing the Mizzy's Awards, you know what I'm saying, which I definitely enjoyed, like he did last time, you know. So he's got one. He goes and gives Curtis Axel one, you know, for being such a good man. And Curtis just looked so shocked. Like, Curtis, I'll give him this. He's playing it up. Like we've seen glimpses and pieces of what Curtis Axel could do. Like when he started doing like the Hulk thing, how he didn't get you know, obviously before, you know, the whole Hulk distress and all that problem and everything, but when he was doing the how he never got eliminated from the Royal Rumble, it was like, okay, you know, I definitely I can dig that. So Curtis Axel, he gets an award, and I'm totally cool with that. Then Miz, you know, he's like, this next one, you know, for such a good team, so he calls out Sheamus and Cesaro, you know. And poor Cesaro, I mean, like, you can see his face and everything. I don't know if he had something in there or what he was doing for his face, but still looked a little swollen, you know what I'm saying? And definitely looked like he had a mouth guard in, you know, which a lot of the wrestlers should be using anyway. I mean, because when you're competing in a lot of professional sports, they make you wear a mouth guard anyway. Why WWE doesn't do this? Maybe it's for dramatic effects. Maybe they want people's teeth to come flying out. You know what I'm saying? I personally get tired of cringing every time I see someone's teeth, you know, almost get knocked out or get knocked out or get knocked up into their face, you know. So yeah, Sheamus, they come on now, Sheamus Cesaro, they get an award, freaking fantastic. I like these guys, you know what I'm saying, you know how I feel about them. These two, they're fusing together, you know, love it. Dragon Ball Z style, freaking great. Then The Miz, of course, per Mike Mizanin, gives himself an award. You'd expect nothing less from Miz. Totally fine with that. I'm liking it so far. I'm like, okay, so far the show, you got no problems with it. You've got Miz out here. There's no John Cena around. Miz can run his mouth with the best of them. He might be the best mouth runner on the damn show. So next to Enzo Amore. Okay, probably better than Enzo Amore because he knows how to kick it up, you know what I'm saying, while actually still being good in the ring. Yeah, exactly. You know, then the fourth one, let's have me crack it up. The Miz gives his final Mizzy to he dedicates it to his unborn child, you know, and for the children all across, to, you know, so that he can be a good role model for them. This Miz, c'est magnifique, beautiful. I'm totally digging him. Then, what happened? You could feel the storm looming. You could feel that cloud coming right over the arena. You know, you felt it. You're like, oh my God, what is that? What's that chiver in there? Oh, it's Roman Reigns as he comes to suck the life out of everybody, like he's death himself. Yeah, Roman Reigns music comes down. You know what I'm saying? And then he's standing there like, he's going to come down in typical fashion. We clearly know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? But for drama, intense purposes and whatnot, he stands there. He says as few words as possible. It's like the WWE understands it now. Oh, Roman Reigns. How do we use him? Make him say as few words as possible. Don't have him out there talking about suffering succotash. Same thing with Shinsuke Nakamura. We'll get into. Don't have him out there talking about sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Come on, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. This is a dude that is comparable to Brock Lesnar with an actual real deal MMA record here who can kick people's faces off, and you got him out here quote nursery rhymes. Same thing I said with Roman Reigns here. So anyway, Dean Ambrose comes on out, Seth Rollins comes on out, and they're pretty much the Shield. Now, meanwhile, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, in the ring, everybody's looking all nervous. And I'm like, it's 4 dudes here. And they're looking nervous. WWE scripts the bad guys to always look distressed. Fine, it's the Shield. But the numbers is in our favor, So I'm thinking to myself, why is The Miz panicking? You've got Sheamus and Cesaro, and you've got Curtis Axel right here, plus yourself. Easy. There's no match right now. If you wanted to get technical, I hate to use this, but I mean, he could have did a blow on somebody. He could have did anything. He could have went and got a freaking chair. That's all we're looking for is creativity. Why does every bad guy have to follow the same formula? They can never use their brains. And I'm not saying to break wrestling, but I'm just saying to do something a little bit different than the tried and true formula, So how long are they going to really be together? Are we going to get 1 pay-per-view, 2 pay-per-view? Now, I'm a huge Shield fan, just like a lot of guys, just like a lot of people out there are a huge Shield fan. The only problem that we're having with this WWE is because we feel like that this is not going to last very long first, and then we feel like this is just another ploy to get Roman Reigns over, and once that goes to there, then they'll just separate away. Now people would want to see the Shield together. Now for a fact WWE, the Shield could sustain, could cause a sustainable ratings boost throughout the long run. We all know that the Shield does equate ratings. That I will not take away. Roman Reigns, put back into the Shield could equate ratings. That's totally fine. If WWE was going to say, you know what, Keem, we're going to do this long run, and then so we're going to build everything up so we can have our ratings come back up. Of course, they're not going to do that. This company is so Band-Aid quick fix. It's ridiculous. Every time I turn around, they're popping aspirins for the freaking pain instead of wondering why they got the pain in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So you got your ratings tanking. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Shield. Okay, that's great. Here comes the ratings, right? And then they go away after a pay-per-view or 2. And then they go back down. And it's like, why didn't you keep riding that wave of success, WWE? I don't know. And that's the only thing that's bothering me about this. I'm so happy to see the Shield back together. Okay? I'm out there just cheering, Sierra Hotel, India, Echo Lima, Delta, like everybody else. I'm bleeding Shield too, But if they stay together, my tune changes. But if after a month they just get together just to beat up Sheamus and Cesaro with the Miz. So it was one thing when the Shield, like let's say for example the Shield came back to fight Evolution, and Batista somehow came back, and just whatever happened so that we'd get that. That would make sense that the Shield would need to reunite to fight such a colossal threat as Evolution 3.0 or whatever they would call themselves. You know what I'm saying? But to come back now, to this point like this, like, oh, we're reforming ourselves to fight Cesaro, Sheamus, and The Miz. I'm like, okay, that's good. And then afterwards, you just disband and then go on about your ways. Come on, WWE. But up next, we got Jason Jordan versus Carl Anderson. Really, what more can you say about this? I like Jason Jordan. I'd like to see him as a bad guy, but you all know, if you've been listening to me, how I feel about that. WWE is not going to push a black bad guy for some odd reason, and that's not to make it into race, but I challenge you. Go look through all of the people on the roster and see if you can find me a black heel. It's Jason Jordan, and you even hear it coming from the commentators, which is amazing. They always talk about, especially Booker, oh, that Jason Jordan, he just needs to get a little aggressive, just needs to get in there and just not even care. And you hear Corey Graves, man, Jason could just show a little bit more aggression. I mean, he's got it there, You hear them, even freaking Michael Cole, he's got to show a little more aggression, you know what I'm saying? Got to show a little more personality. You hear them say this, No, Jason Jordan is just going to continue to come out there and just smile and be happy. I'm just happy he's dancing because he seems to be the only black dude that's on there that's not. Like Cedric Alexander, you know what I'm saying? They trying to do the same thing with Cedric Alexander on the 205. You know, now that I think about it, you know what I'm saying? They were here trying to get him to toughen up in the show more and to stop smiling. And good God, Rich Swann is dancing and singing, and they had freaking good. We're gonna talk about Titus. We're gonna talk about the Titus now. You know, hold on. Woo! That freaking banjo playing. So Jason Jordan wins, you know, and that's okay. You know, he needs it so they can continue to build up his character or lack thereof character. You know what I'm saying? But at least he looked good while he was doing it. I'll give him that credit. Jason Jordan is a phenomenal athlete, a phenomenal wrestler as well. Sports entertainer, that remains to be seen. Now I get you, WWE. You know, he's an entertainer. As of right now, he's wrestling, and that's what he's good at. He's not entertaining people on the microphone by no means. You see what I'm saying? So there we go. We got Elias Sampson, and as I was saying, we got Titus playing a freaking banjo. And first thing I'm thinking to myself, we got Titus out here. You can do anything, and y'all like, hey, creative. Here's what we do. Let's have Titus going out there with a freaking banjo. Good Lord, banjo. Just sing and dance, go and chill, and with a banjo. And I'm thinking to myself, like, do we not have any black people on a creative team or anything along those lines that might just whisper in some of these people's ears, like, you know what? Maybe we can make things just a little bit different. How about we not send this dude not to go out there all pickaninny style with the freaking banjo? Okay, see what I'm saying? And then you got Apollo Crews. He's smiling and dancing. Titus O'Neil is smiling and dancing. I kid you, I cannot make this up. This is not even an exaggeration. They all smile and dance. Street Profits, smiling and dancing. New Day, smiling and dancing. I'm not even bullshitting. They even got Leo Rush came in there. He's smiling and dancing. Velveteen Dream. I don't know what to do with Velveteen Dream. I do like the character. He's very Goldust-esque, but he's smiling and shimmying and smiling and doing all the Goldust and stuff, or smirking and stuff. But you know, at least that's different. At least I'll give him that. That's like a freaking black Goldust, Jimi Hendrix, Prince, and they put them all into one character, and they were like, here you go, right here. That fucking he's got an elbow drop that rivals Kairi Sane, and that's keeping it real. Go look at freaking what's his name's elbow drop. You know what I'm saying? The Velveteen Dream. But anyway, see what I'm saying? Like all of them, I think I just named about 10 people, 10 black people, and they all sing and dance. That cannot be a coincidence. Think about that. If you had all the white wrestlers and they all had the same gimmick, come on, see what I'm saying? So that's why I try not to get too much into it, because I know this doesn't affect everybody. But when you see, okay, even if you put aside the black thing, they're very boring. Good Lord, do they all have to be boring? That's what I'm saying. So you give them the same character, forget the race thing. They just all smiling and dancing, all smiling and dancing. That's not very creative. That just shows that we don't know how to use these people. Do we not talk to them, get to know their personalities, and be like, okay, we can put you here. Okay, we can put you here. You probably would be good with this, or you probably be good with that. That just seems really, really lazy. They're like, I don't know, what do we do here? They're pretty athletic. They like to sing. They like to dance. Just make them be happy to get here. Woo! Then we got Apollo versus, Elias, and Elias won, thankfully. You know, I thought Apollo might have won because, third time's the charm, you know what I'm saying? But thankfully he wins with the freaking distraction, you know. He did the drift away, which looked like the rolling dice. There's a dude used to do a move, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but I remember that move because it was in WCW, and he used to be like a slinging super neck breaker. And if you could think of who does the rolling dice, please let me know. And we got Enzo Amore and freaking super heel mode. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag heel mode for fucking Enzo. And full on super ego mode for him. I mean, he's going crazy. You know, he's saying the usual stuff. You know, he's better than the cruiserweight division. The cruiserweights need him. You know, etc., 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 etc. You know. And then pretty much just to sum this craziness up, man, Kurt Angle comes on out here, and he's even talking smack to Kurt Angle and shit, you know what I'm saying? And Kurt Angle makes it Kalisto versus Enzo because supposedly Neville walked out and was like, screw this shit, and as I've said many, many times, you go back, you look at these videos, I've said Neville is way better than the Cruiserweight division, and Neville should not be stuck and, belittled to the Cruiserweight division, and if that's the case, then the Cruiserweight weight should go away, and then he should be able to fight anybody, you know what I'm saying? But supposedly Neville walked off, you know, and WWE was quick to say, oh, you know, that didn't happen. And usually when there's a problem, they won't address rumors and stuff like that. But the fact that they came out and they addressed this into such a way made me think that he really walked out. And as well he should. You should know your worth. Even if I went to the WWE and I got a job there and I felt like my worth wasn't being seen, to the point where all the fans all over see how good Neville is. This isn't like he's just saying, I feel good, I believe in myself. Now, of course he's saying that, but at least we can say the proof is in the pudding. We see the results. It speaks for itself. He can say he's great. So imagine you feel that way and you're as good as Neville and nobody's disagreeing how good Neville is. See, it's an axiom. Everybody's like, he's good. He is the cruiserweight division, right? So imagine how you feel there when you constantly have to be jobified or people aren't listening to you and you start to feel frustrated. And that's where you hear all these stories about people feeling frustrated. Why wouldn't they? Think about this for a second, WWE. If you're somehow listening or anyone listening, think about this. Think. This was a dream job for a lot of these people because we saw this wrestling on TV back before it was corporatized when they could do everything. This was a dream job. You wanted to get there, you wanted to do this, you wanted to do that. You thought you was going to kind of change the world. And then you get in there and you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to fit in this way, you have to be this way, you have to be that way. And it's probably not like what a lot of people think. So why wouldn't they be frustrated to some degree? Not everybody could mold in a way like John Cena. I'm not saying he's a mold, but he acclimated into such a way, you know, and that's why he was the top guy. You know what I'm saying? Because wrestling wasn't that point when you knew how to represent with such a level of professionalism, when you know how to speak and carry yourself with such savoir-faire and joie-de-vivre, you know, and that's what he does. And nobody else doing in that there right now. He is. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to what I'm saying here, you know. Kurt Angle makes this shit Kalisto and Enzo, and why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? I like Enzo Amore. I just wish, how do we say this? They don't even know what to do with him. You know what I'm saying? Look. They don't even know what to do with the guy. What do I want to do with freaking Enzo? Get this man back down to NXT. You know what I'm saying? Or freaking get this guy some damn wrestling skills and shit so we can utilize him properly and we don't have to have him just thrown around in some mishmash to the point to where Neville has got to freaking walk out. You know what I'm saying? That's it. This is a shame here, man. You know what I'm saying? These wrestlers are getting frustrated. They're real people. You know, you got your dream, you want to get there, and you find out it's not what it cracked out to be. You know, it's craziness. You know. Now we got Matt Hardy versus freaking Braun Strowman, and the first thing I'm thinking here when I saw this is like, okay, so finally we're gonna break this dude. He's gonna be broken, you know, ripped apart, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we can get the broken moniker and. Maybe he did break him, maybe he didn't break him. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like we're getting any closer to this, and it makes me wonder where they're going with this. And you've got Jeff out. It's going to be out for about 7 to 9 months. So what are we going to have with Matt? Is he just going to float around in limbo, knowing that we have such gold here with the character, and we don't pull the trigger on it? Like, we have so many instances, and I know you fans can see this. There's a ton of instances that we at home can see and say to ourselves, like vehemently say to ourselves, hey, WWE, if you were to do this, this would equal to ratings. If you were to have this guy broken and have him doing his broken brilliance, you know what I'm saying? He's got his son, Sir Mr. Benjamin, you know, and he's got Vanguard the Third in there, you know, and maybe they bring in his Rebby, maybe they bring her in. I don't know, you know, and they've already got the brother Nero there, the freaking Digweed, you know. Well, I mean, he could come back eventually, you know, or he could be there in the cast. Like, I think they were like that before, and he was injured, and he was still there. You gotta have him on the show. He doesn't necessarily have to be home all the time, you know. He can just be there and just not doing anything. You know, there's ways of keeping the ratings and keeping the people into the seats. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is a problem when, you know, when people ain't going to the arena. We see them all over Twitter. They're always sending you stuff. Hey, man, did you see this event tonight? Man, a lot of people didn't even show up. This area, you know, and it's so something needs to be done. And you have these ideas, and it's just like they're flash in a pan. They're like, oh, wow, this was actually good here. Oh, look, rating spike. Oh, we're not going to do anything with it. Well, why not? Didn't you see that it worked? Right? So many changes on the fly and everything, you know, but they go what Braun beats up Matt Hardy, of course, duh. But the kicker was afterwards when he was going to walk up the ramp, and the Shield decided that they were going to come out there and reunite and put their foots up Braun's ass. And for a moment, he was holding it down. You know, Braun went right after freaking Roman Reigns, just choked him, threw him up on the LED light board. I was like, yes, just take him out. Then eventually, you know, the numbers game got up onto him, you know, and they go over to the table to do what they got to do, Shield style. And it was funny looking at Booker T fall backwards off of the thing as he saw them coming towards him. So you see the chair go flying backwards. Booker T, he's flying off of there. They choke slam. They double power. They single, or the triple power bomb that they do. I'm like double power because I'm thinking of it's just two of them pushing him down. But they triple power bomb Brother Man right on into the table. Boom, boom, bang. He goes to the motherfucking table. Wham, bam, thank you, officer. They stand over him, you know what I'm saying, do the shieldness. And I'm thinking to myself, you really think Braun's going to let this go? So he's just going to be cool with this. He's going to be like, all right, man, y'all put me through the table. It's whatever, you know, okay. No, Braun ain't going to be freaking cool with that, you know what I'm saying? Now we got Mickie James out here, just freaking phenomenal, all cougering it up, all looking good, all looking sexy. I don't know why they're bringing up age into this stuff. And I'm questioning that with women a lot. Like, seriously, you'll see men and they're doing a lot of things into their older ages. And you'll see, like, girls, like, why don't they compete into the Olympics into their 20s and 30s and stuff, you know? Or why don't you see them doing sports, like, later on in their life? So who determines that women are too old to do something, you know, like when you got guys just doing sports, you know, forever. So you see Mickie James at this age and they're calling her old and she needs a walker, and I'm thinking to myself, isn't Stephanie McMahon a year or two older than Mickie James? And she's just saying that the chick needs the pins and stuff. Meanwhile, she's only 36, or 36, 37, you know? That's crazy. She's calling a girl 36, 37, saying she needs some of the pins. You know what I'm saying? And then she's talking about how she did this, she disrespected her and all of that, you know what I'm saying? And she's doing really, really good. Then Alexa comes out playing some old-timey promo. When I say old-timey, I mean like with the old, like the piano they used to play in like the 1850s bar style, you know what I'm saying? Like if you walked into a freaking saloon and showed down at OK Corral, you know what I'm saying? That kind of, and then the piano just stops because dude walks in and he knows it's about to go down. Everybody runs off. That's the kind of music that was playing for this video with black and white. But once again, I think Alexa is what, 8, 9 years younger than the girl. Fine, I understand that, Alexa. You're in your 20s, you know what I'm saying? But the chick is not older than dirt. Dang. That's what I'm sitting there thinking. Like she kind of older than dirt. Well, then what the hell is Alexa's mother then? Sheesh, what is Stephanie McMahon? Is Stephanie McMahon just a pile of dust she's just gonna blow away? And that's another one that looked good. Stephanie McMahon, her fine ass legs and shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand her attitude, you know what I'm saying? But I can look at her from, you know, waist down. I don't even really care about the breast, you know what I'm saying? That's just too overly done. But she really has nice legs, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you that, Stephanie McMahon, you know what I'm saying? So they mocking her, you know what I'm saying? They're playing old time. I didn't like where this was going, you know. I hope that Mickie takes the title off her. We know Mickie ain't gonna take the title off her, and it's gonna ultimately be for Asuka. But if it's gonna ultimately be for Asuka, why couldn't Mickie get it off and let her be the 7-time champion? Why not, right? Let her be the 7-time champion, and then she loses to Asuka. Like all the girls is gonna lose to Asuka until they bring in like a Ronda Rousey, or maybe they pump up a Shayna Baszler and then have them into some kind of interesting feud here. You know, that seems very logical, but as we know, WWE doesn't always like to follow logic, so they may just be like, why would we do that? Let's just have Asuka go on a losing streak. We'll make it so that she comes up here and then she gets nervous and stuff. Yeah, let's do that. We'll just make her nervous and then she just starts losing all over the place. So please, let's not ruin her. So we got Bayley and Sasha backstage, and then they won Asuka. And it really looked like Bayley wanted to slap Sasha. I'm happy about that. I want to see that tension rise and stuff, you know. Alicia Fox shows up. Ooh, we about to get into it right here. Then Emma shows up. Magically, Dana Brooks shows up, and I like Dana Brooks, and I'm always talking about this. I know I'm only one of 2 people out there that likes Dana Brooks. That doesn't mean that I like her in the ring and all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? I like the personality. Well, I tend to watch a lot of backstage stuff that they do on the NXT and, you know, the breaking ground and all of that. So that's why I like a lot more of the people, because I saw what it took for them to get there. Just because you see their in-ring persona, or lack thereof in-ring persona, in the case of people like Dana Brooke and Tamina and Jason Jordan and stuff, but that doesn't mean that outside of the ring, you know, they're not cool people that you'd want to kick it with and stuff, you know. So she's an alright person, you know, but she showed up there and I was like, what the hell are you doing here, Dana Brooke? No, you don't belong here. You need to get to the back of the bus. Okay, that's what she needs to do. And now this whole time I'm like, so where's Nia Jax? So where's Nia Jax? Where's Nia Jax? They didn't want Nia Jax on TV so much, so obviously, that they shoehorned Dana Brooke into it, to where I'm looking at the consensus. You got the Twitter stuff coming in there, you're seeing online, and everybody's like, why was Dana Brooke there? Where did she even come from? Did she even have any matches? Why? She didn't even say anything, because it would be so unbelievable that Dana Brooke would say, I want to fight Asuka. At least Emma wanted to fight Asuka. Go back and check out Emma matches with Asuka. They were actually really freaking good. So I'm like, okay, Emma, you're more than welcome to fight Asuka. You are a fantastic wrestler. We all know Emma can go down in the ring. Even though her theme music seems to change every freaking week, it's changed at least 6-7 times, you know what I'm saying? No exaggeration, Then we got freaking Alicia Fox, like, what are you doing here? Like, all of these people here that don't belong here just to make a freaking fatal 5-way so Emma could win. So we keep Nia Jax away because it would be logical. That's the problem that I have with you, WWE. You do things that don't make sense. So Nia Jax, who's been competitive, who's been winning, who's been saying, I want to fight, right? And these women should fear me, who's been holding up the belt, all of a sudden, when there's an opportunity for a title match, when there's an opportunity to fight Asuka, and we know she probably could. She came close, Go back and watch their NXT ones, She actually did pretty good. Why would they keep her away? Is this to build her up? Asuka 2 fighting that? You see, WWE, it's hard for you to do things like that. Like, even if you were like, okay, Akeem, here's the problem. Well, we had plans for her later on. But the suspension of belief, why would she not be there? What was she doing, being the only female not shown on the show? What was she doing? What made her decide to go, you know what? While all the girls is going to go in tonight and get an opportunity, I don't want an opportunity. What would make her say she doesn't want an opportunity when people like Dana Brooke and Alicia Fox was asking for an opportunity? That's what I'm saying. You'd be backing yourself into a corner, WWE, with your writing conundrums that if you were to explain this in front of a room of creative people, they would be scratching their heads like, you genuinely right. Why wouldn't I show up? If he's making a match and all that, why wouldn't she? So that she can proclaim she's the best, just like all these other girls were trying to proclaim that they're the best. Why doesn't she want to proclaim the best? Does she suddenly have something better to do? And I like Nia Jax. I say this every week. This girl is the wind beneath my freaking wings here. She's freaking amazing. You know what I'm saying? She's awesome. And I'm probably the only person that feels that way. That is so much woman. It is amazing. I just want to pick her up and just squeeze her. She's just up. But she wasn't there on TV for my enjoyment. And I was sad, as you can tell. Now we got Cedric Alexander with Mustafa Ali versus Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick. Now, as I said earlier, Cedric Alexander, another smiley, he's doing what he got to do with Mustafa Ali. I'm just happy he's not playing a terrorist character, because I think he's the first Arab dude to show up that's not playing, stereotypical role. So thank you, WWE, for not going that route. Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick. I've been a Brian Kendrick fan for the longest, man. I liked him when he was in TNA doing his thing. I liked him when he was Paul London doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And Jack Gallagher, I don't have a problem with him. With the bruiser thing. Now he's all heelified and whatnot. I'm okay with that. And Brian and Jack win as well. They should have won. Better than Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. Why would they win? Just because they're friendly people? They win when Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick are actually a team on 205 that are working together and doing nefarious acts and shit and stuff to win. So come on, So now we got Miz goes to Kurt Angle, and he asked for another partner because Dean is out here, he's running his mouth, because they had Dean talking about, I can do this, I can do this, we can beat what? I think he said, we can take on anybody. We can take on 4, 3, 4, 5, 6 opponents. You know what I'm saying? And Miz goes and brings that up to him, and he's like, "Aren't you a man of your word and integrity, etc., etc.?" And he goes, "Fine. You know what? You can have another person." And they go, "Well, who's the person?" And then the door kicks open, and it's freaking Braun Strowman. And I got to admit, I popped my damn self for it. I was very, very happy to see Braun Strowman. Granted, now somehow they're going to still find a way to lose the match. Most likely it'll be Miz. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But the fact that you put Braun Strowman in there does add a little bit of intrigue to it. It does make it actually seem like maybe the Shield could lose. But then again, you got Miz in there. So it's not like you had Braun Strowman, Cesaro, and Sheamus, and you got these three dudes is going to be doing what they got to do. None of them's going to be hiding. Miz is going to be trying to take shortcuts. Miz might be hiding under the ring. He might go to run away. He might go to let them fight while he's on the outside doing who knows what. So they might not win only because of the Miz, and he would have nobody to blame but himself. If he step it up and go in there and be a manified, there would legitimately be no way the Shield could stop four of those dudes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm seriously talking about straight raw power here. Cesaro is damn near stronger than the Shield itself, and nobody's denying that one. I think Cesaro is stronger than fucking Roman Reigns. Like, he's that damn strong. You know what I'm saying? And then you got freaking Sheamus. He's clearly as strong as Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. He's stronger than all of the freaking Shield. So it would be a great physical match, you know what I'm saying? And imagine if the fourth person wasn't Miz, or was somebody who actually wanted to go in there and fight and not take the cheap way out, you know what I'm saying? They might actually win. So I'm pretty sure that's how the Shield is going to win at the TLC. Somehow we do something to Miz while everybody is off doing this, and then we win on that, you know. But I actually like seeing him. Like I said, I'm glad to see Braun Strowman in the match, because after all, what else are you gonna do with him? You got no way. He's not on the pay-per-view, so we got to throw him in somehow. Come to think about it, after you ruined him with Brock Lesnar. Well, let me speak on the Brock Lesnar thing now that I've got that on my mind onto that. I don't understand how Brock Lesnar just surpassed Kevin Owens as the longest reigning Universal Champion. It's not. And this is what I'm gonna say this. It's not fair that he's the longest reigning Universal Champion while actually not doing anything. They had him defend a couple of matches because they heard the people complain about it, and they were like, oh, like Stephanie McMahon said, we have the ability to listen to stuff in real time on the fly, you know? Okay, great. That's fantastic. So why is Brock Lesnar still the champion? It's kind of backfiring. You don't have people that still like, oh, this is great, let Brock Lesnar stay off of TV. They don't want that. They want to see a champion of some sort. You had the opportunity to give that to us in the form of Braun Strowman, who could have been the workhorse on TV, causing people to want to tune in and see what he's going to do differently, rather than trying to rest on your laurels, i.e. a Brock Lesnar, which is a safe bet. You know, they're like, oh, he's going to do this way, but he's not on TV enough. Whether you can't pay him this or whether he doesn't want to do that, he's not being represented enough for a company that is based around visuals and entertainment. We are World Wrestling Entertainment. Well, one of your head characters is not entertaining the crowd. And I'm just going to speak to you in an axiom. That's an irrefutable way. You couldn't say anything. Your main draw, your top draw, according to you all, he's the champion. You gave him that. So if you usually give the belt to your top draw, your highest due. You know what I'm saying? So if that's Brock, right? And he equals money and ratings and stuff, and he's not on TV and your ratings is going down, well, who do we have to blame but yourself? So why are you not putting him on here? If Brock equals ratings and money, then shouldn't Brock be on the TV for ratings and money? This is why you don't make sense, WWE. Because it almost feels like, are you sabotaging the company? Are you purposely doing this? Because there's no way you couldn't get people to tune in. There's no way that a team of creative writers couldn't sit down and go, how can we get people to tune in consistently? I know you talk about your social media this and your trending this, so you can read and see what's going on, WWE. You're not stupid. You're a multi-billion-dollar company that can pay PR people this, pay reps that, scan this, scan that, look at this, look at that. So you clearly see what's going on. So if you're choosing to not take action, you're purposely saying, okay, the ratings is down this way. Okay, that's down this way. So now I'm starting to think that this is probably a ploy for something else, because you make too much money, you have too much growth, you have too much potential, you have too many writers, you have too many creative people there to where you could nip this in the bud. You could easily nip this in the bud. Especially now with the NFL, people boycott. You got people that is like, I don't want to watch the NFL. So you can't blame the NFL ratings anymore. You can't blame that behind me and go, well, look, it's because of this, and we got to do this. Nah, I haven't watched a freaking NFL game in months. You know what I'm saying? My time is completely devoted to that. WWE. Not that, you know what I'm saying? So what would be the excuse? Well, they're tuning into what? What are they tuning into? They're tuning into probably something else, because you're letting them down with consistentness. They're like, oh, great, let's not tune in to not see the champion who's not going to show up. for months again, and then guess what else they're gonna say after 4 or 5 months? Brock Lesnar is still the longest reigning champion. Okay, you're building up time. Fantastic, by not defending the belt. Something kind of Dean Ambrose did with the United States title when he had it for, what, 300 plus days. How many times did he defend it? I remember Booker T and a lot of people bringing that up. Dean had the belt for so long, but he didn't defend it or anything. There you go, Brock. You're just literally holding on to it, and our ratings are going down as a result of it. And that's nothing I wouldn't say to any of these people's faces. And that's why I speak into such a way that they should be able to understand, that any person should be able to understand, and that's coming from a logical standpoint. You want your ratings and you want your product to go up to appease shareholders and to appease set people to keep your pockets fat, then you might have to make changes. Let's say, for example, hypothetically, if the ratings needed to go up consistently, Roman Reigns had to go away. Are you willing to make that sacrifice, WWE? And I just put it in plain black and white terms for you. If you knew tomorrow, Vince McMahon, if Roman Reigns was just, you took him down, and I didn't say take him off TV, nobody said kill him or nothing like that, but if you showed people that there were other people important, that your ratings would steadily spike to an 8.0, okay? Not the 2.5, none of that. I said an 8.0. I understand the Nielsen ratings and all of that stuff. Okay, I get it. All right? Okay? So, an 8.0, right? So, if you up here and it just went up because Roman Reigns went down, would you actually do it? Or would you go, nah, I don't believe it, or no. But I mean, if it was an axiom, like an irrefutable statement of truth, you just couldn't say anything about it. It was going to go up if Roman went down. Would you do it? And I'm not so sure if the WWE would. I don't know. It's just very, very confusing here. And I don't just want to say it's all Roman's fault. We've got a lot of characters just being not used. He's just the easiest one to use because nothing about him's ever changed. I only pick on you, Roman, and I'll tell you this. I only pick on you, Roman, because your theme music has never changed, your clothing has never changed, your attitude has never changed, you've never gone through any character development, you've never gone through any character growth, you've never had any trials or tribulations or any problems that we as the fans couldn't tell were placed in front of you to immediately win. You've never had any long feuds with people like The Undertaker. Feed him and go. John Cena. Feed him and go. Oh, The Rock and whatnot. Come on out, say this and go. So there's nothing that you're doing that's so consistent. Like, man, Roman Reigns had just a series of feuds with The Undertaker and he kept winning, and I'm like, wow, he just won just one match and go, and then the next dude to win him over, one match and go, and then the next person. He just put it into such an obvious way. It's like, oh, so if this is what it would be like, basically Roman Reigns would be like, if the Jason Jordan thing was flipped around, right? The way they're like, man, he just gets all of this and all of that. And then I would say, oh, well, it's because Jason Jordan is Kurt Angle's dad. But we can't say Vince McMahon is freaking Roman Reigns' dad. No, but the situation is kind of reminiscent of that. It's like, why does he get all the opportunity? Why does he get all the people to place him into this area? And his nothing about him shows that to people. That's the weird thing, man. I've analyzed Roman with such a fine microscope, the character of him, the dynamicism of him, who he is, how he is. I've come up with such a creative character psych profile for him, and people don't like the guy because nothing about him has ever changed, and he doesn't display that in the ring. Who cares if he's got 5 moves of doing? A lot of people keep using the same move. Dean Ambrose has got the lunatic lariat, and we're like, please don't do that. And he's going, and then he's coming back in, he's doing it. People like Dean Ambrose. I like Dean Ambrose. There's nothing wrong with it. So it's not that Roman Reigns has power moves and shit. Bray Wyatt has got I think he's probably got just as many moves as Roman Reigns. People like Bray Wyatt. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that. It's just there's nothing more to him. Why won't you let him develop more? Why did you still keep him in the Shield gear? Was that supposed to be a psychological thing? Is that like why every time they do something and the music plays, you play Roman Reigns' music, but not the Shield music? There's a difference. I heard no Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Delta. You know what I'm saying? I don't like what you're doing here, WWE. None of us like what you do, but I'm trying to explain it, because I don't like when Road Dogg and then they're out there and they try to criticize fans because these people seem like they have an ego. So it's like, hey, can I give you some constructive criticism, WWE? No, you can't tell me the product is this and that, and this doesn't mean anything. I'm like, well, how old are we? Are we children here? Or are you trying to make revenue? I'm trying to help you bring this revenue up. People out here are willing to pay if you give them a reason to. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to tune in if you give them a reason to. Put the ego aside, put that away, you know, step aside for a second and go, you know what, maybe I'm not perfect all the time. Maybe I don't always write to such and such all the time. You know? That's all I'm saying, man. Nobody can be perfect 100% of the time. But anyway, we got Finn Balor versus freaking Sister Abigail here, which is Bray Wyatt. Lord Jesus, I don't mean to say that in vain, so I apologize for that. The fact that there's plenty of people, from a Sage Beckett to a Rosemary, you know, or people that we could have used to play a Sister Abigail, and you chose to have Bray Wyatt pulling a Tyler Banks Medea. You know what I'm saying? We know it's a dude doing that. You know, we know Medea's a dude. Or a freaking Robin Williams, Mrs. Doubtfire. We know it's a dude playing that. Why is his inner person a Sister Abigail and he's cross-dressing? That's what we got now? A cross-dressing demonic entity wanting to fight him is doing the voice-changing thing, and you could have had a woman, and you wonder why your ratings are tanking. So that means, let's analyze this. That means somebody in the back said, I got an idea for you, Vince. Let's make Sister Abigail not an actual real person to where, you know, that could freshen up the Wyatt character. No, let's make it so Sister Abigail is really Bray Wyatt cross-dressing. I'm pretty sure the WWE Universe would love that. Oh yeah, you're right. How about that? Let's make Sister Abigail Bray Wyatt, and he'll come out there cross-dressing, and that'll just send the ratings through the roof. Surely they cannot be saying things like that because it wouldn't make sense. So it really feels like fucking self-sabotage here, because when you break it down, you're like, no. That wouldn't make sense. Anyway, we got Sasha versus Bayley versus Dana versus Alicia versus Emma. And this was just a regular match. And then look at Michael Cole. They try to make him look foolish. You know what I'm saying? Then they turn it into an elimination match and they don't tell him. And then he was like, oh, the match is... Wait, no, it's an elimination? I thought that it was just a regular match too. I'm like, okay, so this is going to be a wham bam. And it probably was. And then they thought, how about we give these girls a little bit more time and turn it into an elimination? And then we'll just get Dana out here because she shouldn't have been in here in the first place. You know, and then after that, Bayley is sadly eliminated. And why? Bayley had a freaking amazing match with Asuka. Maybe they want to lead up to that. But the way she was eliminated into such obvious manner, and then you had the crowd boo, and I'm like, so is there a reason why every time, in order to do these matches, we always have to have all 5 women? Do you remember when Smackdown, think back to when Smackdown was really good, and they would have all the girls, and there was 6 of them, right? But they would have them in at least 3 different segments. You know what I'm saying? It was amazing. And then what was Raw doing? Charlotte and Sasha, Charlotte and Sasha, Charlotte and Sasha. Meanwhile on SmackDown, you know what I'm saying? They had girls here, they had the girls there, they had the girls here in their promo there. You know what I'm saying? Remember it was like Nikki Bella and Natalya. You know what I'm saying? Then you had Carmella doing something with some of the girls. It was a little bit foggy then, you know what I'm saying? But you had 3 different girl feuds going on. Now here, what they got going on? All the girls in the match all the time. Nothing. They're not doing anything. I have no idea what's going on, you know, but they want to say women's wrestling matters. Apparently, the women's wrestling matters, but women's storytelling, that's a whole nother story. How about hashtag women's storytelling? Because you say women's wrestling. These girls are magnificent. We don't have to ask for talented women's wrestlers anymore. Go watch the Mae Young. All talented. We got that in droves. And that's good, right? So, let's change up the hashtag. Women's storytelling. There we go. You know what I'm saying? Because this is ridiculousness. We had wrestling, but we had no storytelling. There you go. Other than Dana Brooks. You know what I'm saying? Even Alicia Fox is pretty damn good. I mean, she still got one of the best Northern Light suplexes I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? And that bridge on there. So, like I said, other than Dana Brooks, all these girls are talented. Get them in a storyline. Women's storylines matter. Hashtag that. Alright. So then we got recap number 6. Yeah, 20-minute opening segment and around 10 minutes spent throughout the show recaps. So I'm trying to keep track of this so that I can see if there's a growing trend. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you can do it. You got to time it out. You got to do your own due diligence. You know, do your own research. So, like I said, this is the 6th recap in there. After a 20-minute opening of talk, like wrestling shows, they don't even really feature any wrestling and stuff anymore. But the fact that there's been around 10 minutes spent throughout the show recapping the same shieldness is just absurd. We saw the Shield. We did. But you're wasting so much time on recapping those. And now we got Robot Charlie backstage with Robot Kalisto. And I'm trying to figure out which one of these is more bland than the average Caucasian's cooking. Not cool. Yo. Oh my goodness gracious. I can't stand her. That Robot Charlie. I tried to like her. She's bland. And poor Kalisto, you know what I'm saying? He looks like he was just thrown into this last minute and they're like, now go on here and remember these lines. I'm going to do my best. Yeah. Okay. Good job, Kalisto. Now we got Enzo versus Kalisto in a lumberjack match. Enzo promo, as usual. He's running this, he's running that. These cruiserweights wouldn't be nothing without him. Yada, yada, yada. Run, run, run. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But they had a nice superplex to the outside, you know. That was pretty good. So I had no problem with that. And I'm pretty sure you all know what happened after that. Enzo lost, as we knew he was going to. And we're like, why did they give it to Kalisto so late when the division could have been built around Kalisto so long ago? But after all, if Neville is leaving and you need another top guy, I mean, I figured they'll use him on Eddie Guerrero's birthday. I mean, shit, why not? As we've speculated so many times. In wrestling, Indian lives matter. White lives matter. Irish lives matter. Arab lives matter. But if you're black, you gotta sing and dance and shuck and jive and play the banjo. And the only reason why I'm saying it like that is because name me a wrestler name me a black wrestler that's not singing and dancing. It's the only reason I'm going back to that, because it's a sad, sad truth, and you can't even go, you know what, bro? You're sadly reaching. You're sadly reaching. Nope. I've had too many white people bringing this up to me, and that's who brought it up to me. It was like, yo, did you see Titus playing a banjo out there? I'm like, yes, of course I saw Titus playing the banjo. It is getting pretty obvious. I'm sorry. That's all. Yeah, so that was pretty much Monday Night Raw. There was a couple of segments there that I liked. There was a lot of other stuff there I didn't like, and it just seemed like there's no cohesion and there's no flow because everything's changing on the fly, and that's what happens when you start with something and then you can see, okay, well, that segment looks like that probably was taken from here and then moved around and then was shifted to here, and that didn't flow there, and that was changed around here. Wow, it must be, you know, I'm kicking it to you real, it must be really hectic working for Monday Night Raw and not having a set structure because of the way things need to change. I'm not calling Vince an asshole, nothing like that, but if he is the boss and he can change things on the fly and change up stuff as he see fit, right? He has that right because it's his company. That doesn't mean everybody else can then move with the ebb and flow of that decision. He's like, well, I'm going to change this up to fit my narrative of whatever I want. Well, good luck trying to get everybody else to now then shift to your paradigm in 30 minutes or midway, and we see what's happening, and the show is not doing so well because there's too much shifting going on. A lot of TV shows and a lot of movies and stuff, they're great because of the script, right? They're great because of the way it flows. People like all that Game of Thrones, which I've never seen, but I hear is really good. People like that, they're like, oh man, the way they write this, oh, the character development, this and that. Like, shouldn't WWE be doing that? You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably give this like a 6. I'm happy to see Braun Strowman possibly beat the hell out of Roman Reigns, even though, you know, probably not going to happen. I'm happy to see that. I wish Nia Jax was on the show, even though for some odd reason she was gone, which she had no reason not to be there. You know, especially if she's getting opportunity, she should have showed up. Yeah, Jason Jordan, please do something with the brother. You know, other than just having him smiling and singing and dancing and shit. And that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna move into SmackDown and just hope that this was just a little bit better. You know. All right. Now, what do you think SmackDown started off with? Real quick. Recap City. They could have just been chanting Recap City. Recap City. Yeah, pretty much. You know, the Hell in a Cell main event. You know, and just for that, just seeing Sami Zayn do what he did, SmackDown was already better for me. Just from coming out of that, doing something different right there. It was already better. And then you're going to have SmackDown open up with the Usos Are the Usos black? I mean, they look black. I mean, the same skin color as I am. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna assume that the Usos are of black descent. You know what I'm saying? So, especially the way they act, the way they carry themselves. I mean, these guys are more black than the dang on black roster out there, and I'm totally fine with their character and how they are and how they carry themselves and whatnot. I like it. I like the fact that they don't just act like that and then start dancing. You know what I'm saying? Not like Crime Time. Not like the Street Profits. They don't try to sound tough and then just start rainbows and unicorns and stuff. You know, they are allowed to maintain that character, and that's cool. I like that so much, and you know, and I'm thankful that they won. I really, really thank you, WWE, for allowing the Usos to win. They are a freaking breath of fresh air to this damn tag team division that I've talked about for so long. We need them, you know. So they come on out there. But look, like I said, you got one heel team and 5 face teams. Breezango, Hype Bros, The Ascension, New Day, Shelton, and Chad. All face teams. The Usos. Now, if you take New Day out, because the Usos said on there they respect them so much, after they called them out, they started talking, they were like, we don't even want to fight you anymore. And they were like, is this the truth? Now, I thought they were going to turn into a super team. The Uso Day, you know, or the new Usos. You know what I'm saying? I would have took either or, you know. But, so there goes one team now, so you now got 4 teams. So the Usos is going to either fight Breezango, Hype Bros. We don't even know what's going on with the Hype Bros, so they may break up. That'll be 3 teams. So you got the Ascension, Breezango, Shelton, and Chad. After Shelton and Chad, what's going on? Exactly. There we go. So, you know, Usos calling out New Day. You know, they put all that stuff behind. Like I said, you know, they got the truce and stuff. Hype Bros come out. You know what I'm saying? They call them losers. Back of the line. You know what I'm saying? Feeling it. You know. Shelton and Chad come out. You know. He's like, oh, snap. Chad. You a smart one, Chad. You done went back there and you done found yourself a Shelton, huh? You done found yourself a former United States champion, huh? You done found yourself a former Intercontinental champion, huh? You done found yourself a former tag team champion, huh? Back of the line. Oh, woo! Tyler Breeze and Fandango come out there, and I'm pretty sure they were scripted to say this. And they were like, well, don't say nothing to these guys, you know. And then they were like, nah, we like you guys, Fashion Files. You know, I'd like Fashion Files if it actually went somewhere. But as I said numerous times on many of my videos, what's going to be Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, Eric Rowan. Every video that I've made, every time I talk about it, every time I've written about it, I'm always asking week by week, where's Luke Harper? 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 Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Bryan comes on out there. I don't know what he's doing here. If he's upset, he's making it seem like he's upset and he's pissed off. Get out of the ring so that I can make a match. And people are like, no. And then anyway, I don't know what he was trying to do here. Some kind of like false anger type thing. We don't know. It was really weird of Daniel Bryan. I think they got tired of people liking him and him drawing so much. I've noticed that from Daniel. You can call him inactive man on the roster, but he gets the loudest pop from the crowd out of damn near anybody there, outside of like AJ Styles, Finn Balor, you know what I'm saying? Outside of those guys, you know, he gets the freaking loudest pop. So I think they just had him come out there and just act kind of aggressive and mean like that, just to try to deflate a lot of the attention coming from him, you know, because after all, like the dude that got fired for taking a picture of the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks said, hey, why don't you come pose and take a picture with us, Daniel Bryan? Oh, no, Bryan Danielson, they call him by his real name. They were like, why don't you come take a picture with us? I was like, huh, that's actually pretty cool, because they're saying that, hey, if you take a picture with us, you know, you'll get fired, and then you can come to New Japan and wrestle us. So he makes the #1 contender for the titles and shit. So you got Shelton and Chad versus the Hype Bros versus the Ascension and versus the Fashion Police. You know, it was actually a pretty decent match. You know, I'll give it the credit. I saw what they were trying to do. You know, they're trying to get the teams into there. But what I kind of would have liked would have been a tournament. That would have been nice. But I mean, I get that they don't have enough people to do it. But that way, everybody gets their stuff in. I think this was only like maybe a 9 or 10 minute match, and you had 4 teams in here. So what's that, about a minute and a half that they get to do their stuff before the other one has the tag in, and they're like, you know how it is, they gotta write down, okay, now you go in and get your stuff in, now you go in and get your stuff in, and you go in and get your stuff in. You know, how much time does that leave for these guys to look good, to get fan interest in there? It's just like, oh look, we're interested in it, oh, the match is over now. I think they're underestimating the fact that people actually want to see wrestling. Right? You go to football to watch football. You go to basketball to watch basketball. Baseball to baseball. Hockey to hockey. Soccer to soccer. Rugby to rugby. Curling for curling. Apparently for WWE, you don't go to see wrestling. It's a bit strange. Yeah, it's one thing to have entertainment, WWE, but when you focus on it so much and you forget what brought you to the dance, baby, that's it. You just need somebody to come in there, like myself, to help you to refocus your priorities and understand that you've gone way up here on Mount Olympus. All right? That's you, WWE. You're on Mount Olympus, way up here, okay? And the rest of us are down here, and you're just like, just give them whatever. They'll love it. They'll appreciate it. That's the power of the ego, Vince. That's what that is. Just give them whatever. Oh, they'll love it. They'll love it. Ah, here. Give them some Susan G. Coleman. Ah, they'll love that. Yeah. Warrior, shake the ropes. They'll love that. Yeah. So we got Natalya backstage with Charlotte. Charlotte, she shows up, and then, you know, she's like, did you say something about your dad, you know, and then Charlotte stiffs her with the forearm right to the face, you know, and then they start attacking her, and then other girls they showed up and started fighting for no reason, because now Smackdown, as I remember I was saying before, how Smackdown they wanted to feature all the women in different segments. So now Smackdown was like, let's do what Raw does. Let's just throw all the women in randomly. And you knew this was randomly when Natalya is fighting Charlotte and other girls just show up in the area and just start fighting for no reason. Legitimately, it's not like somebody threw something in their face. They just showed up and started fighting. They're just like, Natalya and Charlotte is fighting. Hey, you, random person, that's a bad person. Now you come on over here and fight this random good person. Whoever, I don't care, just good person versus bad person. Just start fighting for no reason. Can't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make this up. So we got Baron Corbin backstage with Renee. I like Baron Corbin, and I can tell that they're ready to give Baron a chance again. You know, his punishment days is over. They're ready to not make a 6'8", 280-pound guy look like a buffoon. You're not doing it to Braun Strowman, so you got a guy who's almost the size of Braun Strowman and moves faster than him, that has the potential to be as strong as a Braun Strowman. Nah, let's not use him. Let's have him lose by roll-ups all the time. Okay, it's great. So now we got Becky versus Carmella with Ellsworth, and you know, she's still doing the dog collar thing. I don't know, maybe he pissed somebody off here that he's got to look like that. You know, she started with the kissing. Who knows what they're doing with this? They never explore it anymore. They don't really do anything with it. I'd like to see more of it, sadly. But Becky wins with a disarmor, you know, as I expected from her. I like Becky Lynch. I'd like to see them do more with her, and it's a shame that they'll keep her off the TV. You know, she's too damn good. You know, I love the hair, the attitude. I mean, I like the fire, you know. I just like her in general. Now we got Kevin Owens is out here. Yeah. Oh boy, Kevin Owens is out, and he's like, why, Sammy? Why? Why, Sammy? Why? Oh, yeah. I'm so okay with it. I don't even care. Man, this Kevin cut some fire right here. Yo, look, Kevin was all like, you know, he was going up to heaven. He saw the light as he was laying there. He fell off the table. He was like, when he first fell off the table, y'all saw it. He couldn't move. And even the announcers was like, holy shit, Shane is going too far here. He's like, I couldn't move. I saw my life about to flash before my eyes. I'm watching Shane climb up here, and I'm feeling my body. I can't move. He's going to kill me. And then I see myself drifting away, you know. I'm like, okay, I got you. I see that. You know, I'm up here, and as I'm on my way into heaven, you know, in the line of people, St. Peter comes up, and then he goes, no, Kevin, as much as we want you to be here, Kevin, as much as we want you in heaven with us, the people, like me, the people, they need you, Kevin. We need you, Kevin. So, St. Peter sent him his very own guardian angel by the name of Sami Zayn, or as JD likes to call him, everyone's favorite Uber driver. So happy. And Sami, being the guardian angel that he was, pulled Kevin to safety so that he could continue to bless us with his sheer awesomeness. Okay? By golly gee frickin' willikers. gold. Oh, we ain't even get to Sammy's part. Sammy, and he goes, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my best friend and guardian angel, Sami Zayn. Oh man, Sammy's music hits. Oh, 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 oh. That's got to change. That ska has got to go if this isn't full on. You don't know. He comes on out here, and he's like, bam, give me that microphone. I'm ready. Why did I do it? His mannerisms. Why did I do it? Morality this, and then I'm doing the right thing here, and I'm just constantly watching Kevin get in the head. It's just like, okay, great. All right, I'm not a bad guy. Oh, I get to sleep well at night. Great for me. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. Oh, meanwhile, Kevin, Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, Universal Champion. But, I got my conscience. I can sleep at night. Oh, that's great. Do people talk about me? I'm not being used. You know what I'm saying? And then I get a call from Shane McMahon on how, I'm being underutilized. I'm not being used. I'm not being appreciated. How I should come to Smackdown, the land of opportunity. Yeah, opportunity, huh? Yeah. And then I get here, nothing. Maybe Shane's a busy man, He's busy falling out of helicopters, surviving. He's got his kids, he's got other things. He's too busy to worry about me, And then I wanted Shane McMahon to win. I wanted him to win. Just like all of you out there. I wanted Shane to win, But I saw him. I saw a different side of Shane. He was going too far. He had the match won. He could have stopped. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry, friend. But he had you. You were beaten. Come on. And then Kevin was like, yeah, you're right. I saw it. And as he climbed up that cage, I started thinking, whoa, why? Kevin and I may be enemies. We may have had our problems. But that is still my brother. And I'm not going to let anyone take that away from me. No. And I watched him go up there. And I couldn't let him do it. So I did what I had to do. And I pulled Kevin out of the way. Insane. Oh, shit. Sammy, you blew my head away. I got, like I said, I live with a wrestling friend who's been watching since WCW, and her mother watched it. This is a girl who watched all of Disco Inferno's matches. You know what I'm saying? WCW, like back into its infancy, 94, 95. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So she's never liked Sami Zayn. Blandness, boringness, blah blah blah. Sammy. She was like, holy shit, where the hell is this Sami Zayn been? They've been keeping this Sami Zayn under a rock. You know what I'm saying? But this Sammy is unleashed. And Kevin is like, this is the friend that I've been looking for the whole damn time. He's not going to be held back no more. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just, amazing. There were tears coming out. Two tears. Not the Johnny Depp, not the Native American, they throw the trash on the ground tear. Two tears. Yeah. We got Randy and Shinsuke versus Aiden and Rusev. Now, we know why Aiden and Rusev is together. Okay, we saw that one. Fantastic. Randy and Shinsuke, because, we're going to water down Shinsuke. We tend to take away everything we like about the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, check this out. Why is he not the king of strong style, Shinsuke? He was that when he was NXT. Why do you have to change up WWE? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, baby. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, baby. Why y'all keep breaking toys that are already fixed? And I'm saying that like you, Vince, because you're looking at these dudes like they're toys. Why? They're fixed. Stop trying to break them and tweak them because you're like, well, I can do this and do that. It doesn't always work. We can see when your hand is in the cookie jar. Let Shinsuke be Shinsuke. Or get him a Paul Heyman mouthpiece. Picture Shinsuke with Paul Heyman. Seriously. Whew. Then we have Renee backstage with AJ Styles. And notice I just skipped over that because Randy And freaking Shinsuke won, obviously. There's no need for that. No need. It was a throwaway match. So I'm just going to throw away that away. The whole show was going so far, I was like, okay, SmackDown is topping Raw. They put this in here, and I'm like, you didn't have to do this. You didn't know what else to do with Randy. And then I'm looking at Randy. I'm reading people, you know, pick up their aura, their energy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got a field that comes off of him. And Randy Orton's field is particularly strong. I've said this, and I've said it again. With Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton, like, when they have this, you can feel that go there. And Randy Orton has not had that light. And it's missing, and I don't know whether we have to put him in heel mode. Do we have to put Randy in pants? Do we have to put him back in the whites? I don't know, but I see him out there, and it's not there. This is a Randy who's just like, y'all tell me to do this, I guess I'll do this. Like, and I see he's trying to, but you can say Vince could be like, you're contracted to do this, and Randy will go out there to do it, but that does not mean that his subconscious and his full body would want to do it, even if he's like, I'm going to do it. That doesn't mean he's not disagreeing on the inside. And that's what we're seeing from Randy. He's strongly disagreeing from the inside to where his aura, it's protruding. And I'm like, damn, Randy, what the hell are they doing to you backstage? I hope you ain't gonna be shitting in nobody's bag and stuff again, man. He needs to roll one up and just take a relax, Randy. Yeah. Now we got Luke Harper. I've prayed for the Luke Harper. The Luke Harper showed up with the Eric Rowan and some Norse Viking, you know, because they've got to be Vikings, you know, they've got to be Celtic Viking warlords, you know. Hey, let's play off the Thor Ragnarok. Just give them some hammers. The Bruiser Brothers or the Basham Brothers or something like. I know not that Danny and Doug Basham. Holy shit, I call them the Basham Brothers. Good, the Bruiser Brothers. I think that's what they were going for. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I'm just happy to see these two. Why ain't they in the Wyatts? I don't know. That's how you know for a fact Shield ain't going nowhere. If they were concerned about the Shield staying around, to have staying power for drawing purposes, for ratings purposes, and especially drawing purposes, trying to get people to come to your live events, you would have had the Shield together. You would have took a Finn Balor and put him with a club and would have had that three-man squad. You would have had you could have brought up the Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish and Adam Cole, baby! You could have brought that faction up. Nice little three-man right there. You know what I'm saying? You got these three-man squads just floating around. The Wyatts put them back together. Three-man squad right there. Bang, bang, boom, boom. Plenty of people for the Shield to fight if you were actually legitimately serious about this. But you're not. And you're going to wonder, oh, the ratings is down. Oh, it's this, oh, it's that. We need a quick mandate. You know what I'm saying? We got the Bobby Roode segment. And I don't know why he's a good guy. He's forgetting his lines. He can't even do what's going on. And I've talked highly about Bobby Roode since freaking Beer Money with him and James Storm, you know? I don't know what's going on here. Dolph Ziggler's got to carry him. And once again, Dolph being the measuring stick, he ain't going to get the credit he deserves. He's not going to get anything out of this looking good. And I like Bobby Roode. I've come on here and talked about it weeks. But look at him. Come on, Bobby. What's going on, baby? Sheesh. You know, he's like, I'll tell you what's going on, Akeem. Changing up my lines last minute. That's what's going on. And then sending me out here and then having to remember this off the fly. So I had a little hiccup. That's what it was. I can tell, bro. I can tell. We're human. We can see what's going on. Last minute changes. And then you're like, well, wasn't I supposed to say this? Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. I got to say this. Oh, shit. What was I supposed to say? I remember what I wasn't supposed to say because I practiced that for a while because of the script. But then this just got redacted and changed in. And now I have to remember this. And I don't remember it. Oh, moving on now. AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. It's a good match. It's a really good match. I will say that. It's a really good match. I'm so happy we got to see Baron Corbin do what he had to do. I mean, there was times in this match he looked really good. He looked like an actual 6'8" superstar. And AJ Styles really helped him with that. He threw that man off Braun Strowman style. Looked like AJ landed on his hip, could have possibly hurt himself. I'm so rude, and I'm like, AJ, please lose for the sake of, so that you can go and take the title off of who? Jinder Mahal. So please, we can get it off of that terrible experiment just for the sake of India. And then the average fans is all like, we don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's great. We're pushing him for a country just to say that we're doing it. Meanwhile, the people don't even really crack up over the guy. That's fantastic. I wish the WWE would shove a black champions down my face to the point where I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. I don't even like the guy, but at least WWE's giving him to me. You know, it's great. Now, it's because we don't got no representative wealth, man. Woo! We ain't got no wealth, so they don't care about us until it's said we're such a high consumers. I guess they don't understand that. Who's the bulk of Mercedes buyers? Yeah, I know, right? It's craziness. I'm telling you, WWE, you can increase your revenue if you kind of change who you're marketing towards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Baron Corbin won the match. He won it fair and square, and I'm so happy to see that. And AJ Styles has not lost fair and square to people many a times. I mean, well, obviously John Cena. You know what I'm saying? Roman Reigns. I mean, that's about it. I think Randy Orton. You know, and not even Kevin Owens and whatnot. Kevin Owens was cheating and stuff, and you know clearly Kevin Owens could have won fairly. I don't even think Dean Ambrose beat him or anything. So for Baron Corbin to come on up in here and to beat him like that was pretty darn good. So I was thoroughly impressed with that match, and here's why. You know, AJ let him go over on him like that, so I'm like, okay, so this is good. So that means that we're gonna put our faith back into Baron Corbin. And afterwards, you know, when Renee go in there and asked me how he felt, he's like, this is great, you know, to all you keyboard warriors, you know what I'm saying? And he feels good about it, and I'm just so glad that that he won that. And I was like, because now, like I said, AJ can go away. These keyboard warriors, and then you can all cry me a river, and I'll buy a boat and float down it and feel good while I'm doing it. Oh, Baron, that was really good. That said, cry me a river with all your tears, and I'll buy a boat and float down that river and feel good while I'm doing it. Just picturing him with a beer, because you know Baron Corbin likes to drink. You know what I'm saying? He's a beer guy, you know, so he's all like he's floating the river in freaking San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm the United States champion, not you. Baron Corbin right there. I do like the guy. I do like him. Now, supposedly there was a dark match with Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal with a heavily taped up arm, and that's probably why we didn't see him on the show. They're trying to preserve the guy. I don't like him. You know, Jinder, you hurt yourself. You know why you hurt yourself? Told you. I know why he hurt himself. I said something last week about Jinder. I did not know this about his arm. I said the reason Jinder had a sloppy match with Shinsuke is because of whatever he's doing or taking. I've seen that before, working around those particular people, being into kinesthesiology. You know what I'm saying? When these guys are taking things and they don't get the fast twitch and all that, they don't get their arms worked out, and the muscle develops and they're too big. You know, the muscle develops in them too fast, so it makes them they're this way, but they're so tight they can't really do anything. And him doing all of this and doing all of that, like that colossal, and I'm wondering what point did he mess his shoulder? He's just he ain't doing enough stretching. Jinder, you gotta stretch, man. You getting all the muscles coming into there like that, man, and that could rip. That's some Triple H's, and these dudes tearing quads and pecs and shoulder muscles and stuff. That's not to play with when you put on that muscle so fast. And I've said it and said it time again. I don't care what people is shooting up. That's their prerogative. You know what I'm saying? If they want to take whatever they taking whatever they take. This ain't no sanctioned sport like no NFL and NBA and all of that. So that's their body. That's not my body doing it. I ain't doing it. That's them doing it. If he want to do that, you see the consequences. His arm is messed up, and then he had him work on the dark match in which he really didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Jinder is messed up. I hope he forfeits the belt. I don't want him to, obviously, we don't want him to be broken or anything like that. We just don't want him champion, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, and then they do this, you know, we've seen him do like the Alberto Del Rios, and it sucks because it's one thing if you gave us a good story. Who cares that he's an Indian champion? Nobody cares. It was just like with Alberto Del Rio. Nobody cared that he was a Hispanic champion. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Guerrero, right? So it was okay with that. It's just that when you do it into such the Roman Reigns way to where we're like, where's the character in the development and for the reason why they're giving him the belt other than it just like, oh, it's Eddie Guerrero's birthday, let's have a Latino man. Oh, it's this way. Okay, let's do this. So that's all we want. We just don't want it to be so obvious that it's just like, oh, so you're cherry picking and stuff to appeal to this specific group or this specific group or not to this specific group or that. Yeah. You know, I think that's why a lot of the people are starting to have a problem with the Susan G. Komen thing. And I thought it was just me. And I'm okay for funding breast cancer, and her group is on another level. I mean, do your due diligence and do your research and look into this yourself. You know, if you don't like what I'm saying, go and look into it. There are plenty of other ways to donate to organizations. You know what I'm saying? I just don't trust that particular one. I still think there should be plenty of funding for breast cancer research. And I also find it a bit odd that we get billions and billions of dollars going into that and we're not getting anywhere. We're going to the moon. We've got damn near a tesseract where we've mapped the Human Genome Project. So in theory, couldn't we use nanites or parasites or various other NAA tactics? People will know what NAA tactics are to get rid of this. Yeah, you know. That's all. I don't like where they're going with this. It seems a little bit too forced in our face, you know, too little too shoved down our throat, you know. That's it. Just like the General Hall thing, it's too shoved down our throat. It's too much of it. Now, I think they had a segment like that on here with the whole warrior thing, you know, and believe me, they could have a better person represent breast cancer than the Ultimate Warrior, who is not very friendly, who is a very racist person, and you know, he said some very, very not nice things, and I'm keeping that real. This is nothing that you cannot go and corroborate yourself. You can go and look it up and see what the Ultimate Warrior said and all that. So I mean, you know, he's associated with, that's nice. You know, I'm not gonna have the Donald Trump Association for Negroes. You know, you have like the NAACP, right? Well, we're not gonna then have the Donald Trump Award for that, because it would be like, well, why are we having a Donald Trump Award for this? This doesn't make sense. Okay, that's all. That's all I'm getting at there. You know, the WWE, but you know, they just got to go with I guess whatever's gonna bring in money, and since that company brings in so much money, you know, they're like, go do this. You know, that's great. You know, go shake the ropes and stuff. You know, okay. That was Wrestling There 101, man. I enjoy talking this. I love this. We got to break this down. We need more people out here doing this. You know, there's no ESPN, there's no Sports Center for wrestling. We need, if these videos and if WWE is a smart company, would have people out here scouring these so that they can see what the general consensus is, so they can see what works. You know, what do people like in here? What don't the people like? What do they want? What do they want? You know, so that's why I like to do this. I love to talk about it, man. I've been doing these, you know, since probably like a lot of us, since we were in high school. You know, you come in and you start talking about wrestling during recess, or when you get in during study hall, you know, during first period, during homeroom, you know, after that, you know, you're riding your bike home, or if you took the bus or you drove home, you know, you're still talking. And, you know, all these years later, we're still talking wrestling, you know, or in this case, you're trying to commentate, you know, you're trying to get into reality of wrestling, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I thoroughly enjoy this, and it's gonna keep coming. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, lots more with this. You know, just I love wrestling news and keeping updated with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to talk about that as much as I can. I just love talking. You know what I'm saying? Friendly Gemini here, your friendly neighborhood Gemini. You know, and I love talking about this stuff, man. You know. So that has been WWE Smackdown and WWE Raw for all you glorious, sexy motherfuckers out there. And I say that way because everybody out there is beautiful. We are all beautiful in here and in here, man. So that's me saluting the divinity and all of you, man. Until next time, my friends.